Hello, welcome to Chair Yoga at the Community Arts Center. We are here every Wednesday morning, 8:30 a.m. Glad to have you joining us online. Glad to have all of our folks who are here in person. My name is Adriann White, and let's go ahead and enjoy some stretches and some balance exercises. We'll start by sliding all the way back in the chair. And this morning, let's be mindful of our posture. When we sit, we want our tailbone pointing down to the ground, not arched back behind us. So let's gently pull our belly buttons towards our backbone to point our tailbone down. And then as we sit tall, we'll roll the shoulders back, thinking of stacking the points of our shoulders above our hip bones. And then with the crown of our head pointing up, and our chin pointing down, draw our whole head back so that we stack our ears above our shoulders. Gives us lots of openness in the front of the chest so that we can breathe deeply. It balances our head on our neck to get rid of tension in the neck. And now that we are sitting with our proper posture, I invite you to close your eyes and just relax. You've come to this time, to this setting. So now let's begin to slow down and settle down and center ourselves. We slow our movements by becoming still in the chair. We slow our breath, giving ourselves all the time that we need to fill our lungs from bottom to top as we breathe in through our nose. And we give ourselves all the time that we need to slowly exhale, completely emptying the lungs as we breathe out through our nose or our mouth. And as we focus on that breath, feeling the breath flowing in, can we feel our ribs expanding? And as we slowly breathe out to empty the lungs, can we feel our ribs gently contracting? Slow, smooth breaths. Slow, smooth movement of our body. Breath in and breath out. And in the soft, gentle darkness behind closed eyelids, can we let our thoughts and our emotions begin to settle? Whether you've had a rushed morning or a hectic day, whether you're just getting awake or whether you're trying to wind down at the end of the day, let's let our thoughts quiet. Let our emotions settle. And again, return our focus to the feel of the breath as it flows in and as it flows out. So that ultimately we are centering all of our thoughts, all of our awareness on our own individual selves. No distractions from the world outside of you. Just an awareness of how you feel as you breathe. And perhaps let's scan from the forehead all the way down the body to our fingertips and to our toes, observing what we find in the various muscles and joints. We're observing from a place of kindness and curiosity, not judging whether what we feel is good or bad, just noticing where we're relaxed, maybe noticing where we're holding on to a little tension, or maybe feeling a little discomfort in our muscles or our joints. If you'd like, create an outline of your body, like a map. And wherever you feel tension or discomfort or stress, perhaps think of making a little red mark on your map. Noting those places where we could feel better, so that at the end of our practice we can go back and check in with ourselves and our map and see if we've succeeded in becoming more relaxed. See if we've succeeded in starting to feel better. If you'd like, with eyes closed, we can let our arms gently hang by our sides. And today, let's go ahead and just let the shoulders sink. Can we stretch our fingers down to the ground, actively reaching the fingertips past the seat of your chair, like you're trying to touch the floor on either side? Noticing, do you feel a gentle pull, a gentle stretch in the muscles on the sides of your neck and across the top of your collarbones? Keeping that stretch through the fingers, now if you'd like, we can open our eyes as we inhale, arms forward and up, and we can let our eyes follow our hands, perhaps looking past our fingertips to the ceiling above us. Now fingers are still stretching, reaching up. We're breathing, feeling some length in the front of the torso, down the chest. We'll do one more breath in, turning palms out. And now looking to your left hand, exhale, pushing away breath, stale air, worries and cares, all the way down to the ground. Our gaze comes forward. Again, we inhale, we reach up, we lift up, we look up. And when our lungs are full, we turn the palms out and looking to follow right hand, we exhale and we push away, turning through the neck, moving the arms and the shoulders. Let's do that again. Inhaling, lift up, reach up, feeling the arms moving in the shoulder sockets. Feeling the gentle stretch across the chest. Can you open your arms so your hands are in line with your shoulders as we come down? Again, we inhale, lifting, looking, opening, breathing, looking right. Again, pull those hands back in line with your shoulders. Can you turn your chin back over your shoulder? And now from here, we look forward. Release the stretch. Inhale, pull the shoulders up to the ears. Feeling how much effort that takes? Exhale, release that effort and relax. Let's do that 3 more times. Breathing in, intentionally creating tension, and then breathing out. Release that tension. How about 2 more? Matching your movement with your breath. Inhaling to lift up. Exhaling to relax down. And 1 more time. Good. And as we relax, now we'll place the palms of our hands and our fingers flat to the thighs. Our feet are to the floor. I'm going to slide forward so my feet touch the floor. You're welcome to sit back like you were, or to sit to the front edge of the chair, whichever allows you to bring your feet to the mat. Let's breathe in, lifting fingers and thumbs and toes away from the surface beneath. And now exhale and gently squeeze toes and fingers under. And release. Again, we'll lift, feeling the strength in the backs of the hands, the tops of the feet. On the exhale, squeeze under, feeling the strength in the palms and the arches. And release all effort. How about 2 more? Breathing in to stretch. Good job. Breathing out to squeeze under. Relax. And 1 more time. From here, let's make our brains work a little bit. We will lift right heel, left toes, and then we'll switch to lift right toes, left heel. And as we alternate those feet back and forth, we have the heel of one foot, the toes of the other foot, alternately lifting. Can we feel the muscles in the tops and the arches of our feet? Can we feel the muscles in the shins and the calves? Can we feel our ankles pointing and flexing? Both feet work at the same time, please. And now, let's work our brains. Can we shake our hands side to side as feet go up and down? And can we remember to continue to have our breath flowing in and out? So in addition to creating some work for muscles, some mobility for wrists, nice slow breaths, this is also an exercise in mindfulness. Because if you're thinking about doing all of this, I'll bet you're not thinking about anything else, are you? No worries, no cares. And we'll take a break. Let's come up onto the heels of our feet and just gently tap the toes side to side. The feet work together. So as feet go side to side, let's stretch our arms out, palms up. Let's bend one wrist down, other up. And now as feet go side to side, we'll move the wrists alternately up and down. Again, breath is flowing in and out. Shoulders are relaxed down, so those of you that have hunched them, let them sink. Can we keep the wrists going side to side? Can we keep the breath flowing in? And now change to have the heels move side to side as the toes stay down. How's our concentration and focus? That good, huh? It's okay. Even if you're not getting it exactly, you are getting the benefit of some movement. You are also getting the benefit of stress reduction because those other worries and cares aren't in your brain. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and relax. As you let your arms hang down, do you feel any pulsing or tingling in your fingers or your wrists or your forearms? A little better circulation and a little bit of movement. Today, let's get our yoga strap. You can, at home, you can use a tie, a belt out of a bathrobe, anything that allows you to make it easier to reach your foot. So we're going to use our strap, our tie, our belt around the arch of our left foot. We're going to stretch our left foot out. And now we're going to use the strength of our left arm, maybe right as well, to lift that left leg up. Can you bring your heel up as high as your hip joint? Now, the trick is, when we lift the leg, here's what we don't want to do. We don't want to lean back, because now my shoulders are no longer in good posture. I want to keep my shoulders stacked above my hips. I want to keep my ears stacked above my shoulders as I lift the leg. Now, depending on your ability, the flexibility of the backs of your leg muscles and your hip joint, can we lift the leg a little higher? As if we're trying to bring our toes up to our forehead. Noticing the strength in the fingers, the strength in the bicep muscles, the extra stretch perhaps in your Achilles tendon, your calf, back of knee, back of thigh muscles. Okay? So now as we're holding that foot up, keeping it at its current height, let's go ahead and open that leg out to the left side, creating not just stretch in the underside of the leg, but now some stretch in inner thigh, and we are working the rotation of the leg bone in the hip socket, trying to keep our hips mobile. Are we still breathing? Are we relaxing the shoulders? Are we sitting tall? Do we still have our ears back above our shoulders? And let's exhale, come back to center. Holding leg up, go ahead, extend your right leg out. Right foot's relaxed. Now we'll see if we can take our left leg gently across the top of the right leg for some outer thigh and outer hip stretch. If you suffer from sciatica, this can be a good stretch. When you're ready, since we already have left leg over right, can we bring the right knee up? Release the strap, let the left leg bend and stay stacked, left knee over right. Now we'll do a spinal twist. So as we inhale to sit tall, I've just rested my strap to my lap, I don't need it. Right foot is under the right knee. I'm going to do a big breath in, reaching crown of the head up to open up the spine. And now exhale and gently turn to your left. Perhaps you find that we're still continuing to experience a little stretch in the outside of that left hip for sciatica. And meanwhile, notice how we're creating a little turn, a little rotation between each and every vertebra of our spine, through our waist, through our ribs, through the center of our chest, up between the shoulder blades, and up into the neck. Can you turn your chin to look back behind your left shoulder? And can you roll your eyes to look behind the shoulders, working the muscles that move our eyeballs? And in the process of rolling our eyes, does our neck turn a little farther? When you're ready, we'll do a breath in so that on the exhale we can gently untwist. And as we come back to center, we can uncross the legs, taking a moment to notice. Does left outer hip and thigh feel different than the right? Does the left side of our ribs or our waist feel different than the right? Okay, we'll go ahead now and we'll loop our strap around the right foot. And we'll extend the right leg out, creating a straight knee. And we use the strength of our hands and our arms to come hip high as we still sit tall. Now here's a good place to use the strength of your abdominal muscles. Think of gently pulling your belly button towards your backbone so that it helps us keep our shoulders above our hips. Can we raise that right leg a little higher? Good. We're still breathing, right? Nice slow breaths. And let's see about opening that right leg out to the side. You're using the strength of your arm. Please notice I have my elbow bent so that the bicep muscles can work. If I fully extend the arm, there's no strength here. This is just arm pulling at the shoulder. If I add a little bend, now you can see the mild definition of the bicep muscle doing the work to support the leg. We'll come back to center. We'll extend through the left leg now so that left arm can help us pull our right thigh over to the left for our outer hip, outer thigh stretch. Remember, we're sitting up tall, we're relaxing our shoulders, we're breathing. Does right leg go farther to the left than left leg went to the right? Let's bend that left knee so that we can now cross right knee over top of left. We can set our strap aside. And as we have left ankle under left knee, right knee crossed to top, we inhale, sit tall, and now we exhale and we do our seated spinal twist to our right. Please verify that you're not leaning sideways or backwards, that the crown of the head is pointing straight up to the ceiling. The tailbone is pointing straight down to the ground. And as we turn our head, we're rolling our eyes to look behind us. Does chin want to turn back over right shoulder? And to breathe in and breathe out. And then when you're ready, we'll exhale, gently coming back to center. And we'll uncross the legs. While we have our strap handy, you can have your strap folded in half or one big long section. It's up to you. Let's put it in the left hand. And then as we put our left hand to our left shoulder, we're going to try to point left elbow up towards the ceiling to whatever degree your shoulder allows you to do that. And as your strap hangs behind your back, we'll reach right hand back there to find that strap. And can we walk our fingertips closer together? So as left elbow points up with left hand behind us, we're doing a portion of a pose called cow-headed pose. Now let's add a little stretch to inner hips and thighs by laying the little toe edges of both feet to the floor. The soles of the feet face each other, knees open wide, so that we are adding inner thigh stretch as well as front of left and right shoulder stretch and some left tricep muscle stretch. And are we still breathing? Sitting tall. Are our abdominal muscles working to help us stay seated on the front edge of our chair? When you're ready, let's release the arms. Come on down. Whew. We'll put our feet flat. We'll do a second hip stretch, a bound angle. This time let's pull our yoga block forward, or if you're at home and have a book, we'll put our feet on our block or our book. Again, little toe edges of the feet down, soles of the feet together. By raising our ankles up a little higher, it gave us more room to open the hips. And now we'll do our cow-headed pose with our strap in right hand, behind right shoulder, trying to point right elbow up, not out. Think of going forward and up to whatever degree your shoulder permits. If you've got a bad shoulder, don't force it. And then if possible, left hand goes behind the back. And we're trying to use our strap as a bridge. Walking top hand down, walking bottom fingers up. Can we get our fingers close enough to touch each other? Some of us are thinking, that'll happen next lifetime. So do what you can and relax. The only work is keeping the shoulder lifted up, the right elbow up. Everything else, shoulders relax, inner thighs relax. Abdominals may be working to help us keep our posture and sit tall. Feeling the stretch in front of right shoulder. Feeling the stretch in our right tricep. Feeling the stretch in both inner thighs. And if we're relaxing the legs wide, are you also noticing a little stretch in the outsides of your ankles and your calves? The part that faces down to the floor. How about a breath in? Whew, exhale, release those arms. We'll put our feet flat to the floor, sliding our book or our block aside. And let's put our strap down. In fact, we can let the arms hang. Just bounce the shoulders a little bit. Moving the whole shoulder assembly. And now we'll do great big backward circles of our whole shoulder assembly. If I had a pencil point extending beyond my shoulder, notice the pencil point is drawing a circle on the wall aside of me. The shoulder comes front of center, up, back of center, and then down to the center. And I'm doing that with both sides at the same time. Notice, arm is not doing any work. I'm not moving the arm. I'm not pulling with the elbow. The arm's just kind of hanging out there, going along for the ride. And we're doing both shoulders together. Good. When you're ready, we'll take a break. Now, can we put our hands either mummy pose across our chest, or if you want to really keep the heart center, the chest open, can you lace your fingers behind your head? We'll bring our heels underneath us and push to stand up. How many of you are able to stand up without using your hands to push you away from the chair? Okay, making sure that the chair is behind us. Let's go ahead and gently sit back down. Good. Let's raise right leg up and put it down. Left leg up, put it down. Again, we're going to stand up, pushing with the heels and the feet. Excellent. Everybody in the classroom did great. Let's go ahead and gently sit back down. We'll step right foot out and pull it back in. We'll step left foot out, pull it back in. And one more time, we'll stand up. Good job. Release the arms. Did you feel those quadricep muscles working and your calf muscles, heels pushing into the floor? Let's go behind the chair. So we have our chair to hold on to help us for balance if we want it. Today, let's go ahead and try a balance pose. We'll stand on one foot. It's called 5-pointed star. I'm going to step aside of the chair just so that you can see me. You're welcome to stay behind the chair. Let's put our left hand to the chair, right arm out. We're going to stand on left foot and gently tilt to the left, 5-pointed star. If you feel good about your balance, you do have the option to release the left hand. If you need, right big toe can touch the floor for support. Now let's pay attention to the left knee. Seen from the side, we want our knee straight. We don't want it locked backwards or deeply bent. Just a nice, straight, soft, relaxed knee. Now, where's your chest? Are you leaning forward towards the chair because you're afraid you're going to fall? Can we bring our shoulders back above our hips? Can we make sure our arms are open as wide as our shoulders rather than coming in front of? And how about that raised right leg? Is your right ankle back in line with your left? Exhale, come on down. How different does right calf, right thigh, maybe even right glute feel? I'm sorry, left side, because we stood on left. How different does left side feel from right? Okay, let's do the other side. Okay, again, you can stay behind the chair or you can stand to the left. Arms are up, we take our weight to our right foot, and now we do our 5-pointed star, tilting to our right. Again, can we have arms back so hands are as wide as our shoulders? Those of you that have let your chin drop down, please bring your head up and back so that your ears stack over your shoulders. Let's pull our belly button in towards our backbone. It helps your balance. If it sounds crazy, but squeeze your butt cheeks together. Engage those gluteal muscles. Think of it like bookends. If you have a stack of books on a shelf, standing upright, you use bookends to squeeze them in to hold them upright. Use the muscles of your glutes to help hold you upright. And relax. The left and right side feel the same or different. Okay? So we worked balance with the leg out to the side. Can we stand to the side of the chair? And we'll do balance standing on one foot, bringing our leg forward. So we can hold the chair, and we can have left arm up. If you feel good with balance, you can reach right arm up as well. You can also stand with your hip and contacting the chair for a little support with balance. As we stand on right foot, let's pull the left knee up. One-legged extended mountain. Now my left knee is bent so that my ankle's directly under my knee. My left ankle is flexed so my ankle is bent and my toes point forward. Are we breathing? If you're holding your breath, please stop that and breathe deeply. How good are we doing standing on one foot? Is that right calf muscle working hard? Yeah. Are your toes helping to dig into the floor like kitty claws to support you? Come on back down. Whew. Does the right calf feel like it's a lot harder, a lot firmer than left? Balance takes leg strength. Okay, you can stay to this side or you can go to the other side. If you like to lean into the chair, it would be the left side because we're going to stand on left foot. And again, we can reach right arm up as left hand holds the chair, or you can bring the arm up if you feel safe. As we stand the left leg, let's pull right knee up, reversing our one-legged extended mountain. Again, think of pulling your belly button into your backbone. Now think of pointing your tailbone down to that left heel so that we're stacking left heel, tailbone and hips. Shoulders are up and back over the hips, and head is up and back so that ears are above our shoulders. Everybody that's breathing, say, I am.
I am.
How about you folks at home? Make sure you're breathing too. And let's exhale and come on down. Okay, so we did balance with a leg out to the side. We did a balance pose with the leg to the front. Now we're going to do a balance pose with a leg to the back. I'll demonstrate what I don't want to see. We're going to start just like we did before with extended mountain. And as I shift my weight to one foot, I'm going to lift the whole other leg straight back. Please don't do this. Please do not try to compensate the leg lifting back by having the torso come forward. Instead, what we want is crown of the head above the tailbone, still stacking shoulders, hips, supporting ankle, and then the raised leg goes back to create a gentle arch in lower back. So let's go ahead, we'll stand to the right foot this time. We can reach our arms up. If you want, you can rest the left hip into the chair, or you can have left arm down. Now reach that whole right leg straight back. I'm sorry, you're standing on right leg. Reach your left leg straight back. If we see it from the side again, my right knee, my supporting knee is relaxed. My left leg is back. Notice how straight the knee is. Notice the bend in the ankle. It's as if I'm pushing back and down with that heel. Crown of the head is reaching up. Tailbone is still pointing down. My belly button's pulling in towards my backbone to help support me. If you need, touch that big toe to the floor for balance. And now feel the strength in lower back, glute muscles, hamstring muscles to hold that leg up. When you're ready, relax. If you want, roll through the shoulders, roll through the toes, releasing any tension in the feet, the arches, the calves. Okay, and now we'll switch to stand to our left foot. So again, we do our extended mountain. Fingers and arms reach up. Remember, we're not hunching shoulders. Let them relax. Left knee soft. And now pull that whole right leg back. Please unbend your knee. I see a lot of people just did this. All you did was lift your heel up by bending your knee. Instead, the whole leg goes back. Notice how straight the knee stays. And we breathe. Again, think of squeezing that belly button towards your backbone. And feel the arch in your lower back. Relax your shoulders down. If you find something on the wall in front of you, since we have artwork here, find an image in your artwork and stare at one spot about the size of a silver dollar. It's what we call a focal point. And as we keep our focus on that one unmoving focal point, it can help us stabilize our balance. When you're ready, relax, come down. If you need, bounce the shoulders a little bit. Let's bend the knees and just shake the hips side to side. So we're moving our tailbone at the lower back and waist. Now for hip sockets, how about hip circles? We're going to roll our weight around the outer edges of our feet. Notice my shoulders and upper body don't move. I'm rolling my weight around the outer edges of my feet. My knees gently bend, and my tailbone is drawing a big circle between my feet. Okay, so let's reverse. Whether arms are down, I just had my hands up to remind you, shoulders stay still. There you go. This is a great way to help keep hip joints limber. If you've been doing some traveling over the summer, a lot of times sitting in a vehicle or a plane or a train or a bus, get up periodically and in the safety and the privacy of a restroom stall, just do a few hip circles. It'll help keep your hips and your lower back feeling better. Okay? We'll come back to center. And now let's go ahead and stand behind the chair. We'll do some balance using both feet to the floor, reaching out to the side. So I'm going to step out with my left foot. I'm going to reach with my left arm. Notice the knee bends. Make a fist, pull back in. Relax left arm. Step out, reach out with right hand. Make a fist, pull in. Can we do this without holding the chair? If you absolutely must hold the chair for support and balance, by all means, you do what you need to do to keep you safe. If you would like, look where you're reaching and then pull back in. And look where you're reaching. Pull back in. One more time, right? And come back to center. Now let's stand to the left side of the chair. And we are going to step forward, reach forward with left hand, pull back to center, right foot. Step, right hand reaches, pull. And we'll repeat. That's the way. How about 2 more times, each leg forward. Notice how much your knee bends. Again, can you do it without holding on to the chair? Just because it's there doesn't mean you have to use it unless you need it. Good. Now, let's reach up on tippy toes, left hand, pull down. Reach up, come onto your toes, and pull. We're reaching for something on the top shelf of our cupboard. It's summertime here while we're doing our taping, so maybe we need to do some canning for gardening produce, and we're reaching for supplies and equipment that we don't often use, so we store it up high. Can you look up? Last time, left arm. Last time, right arm. Balancing on our toes as we kept both feet to the floor. Now we're going to step back. Okay, we can do this behind the chair. If I stay on my right foot, my left foot steps back, and then I just come to center. Shift my weight to left foot, right foot steps back, and I come to center. So let's do that 3 more times each foot. Okay. Now notice, what's happening with your posture? When your leg steps back, are you starting to lean forward, or are you able to stay upright? If you're leaning forward, you're already predisposing yourself to fall on your nose. If you can keep your shoulders above your hips and move the whole body back, noticing that I'm centered between my feet, my balance is a lot more stable when I'm centered versus when I start taking my body off center. So really think about how good posture helps us with our balance. Let's do one last time. Left foot. Good job. And one last time, right foot. That's the way. And come back to center. So we've done balance standing on one foot at a time with legs to the side, to the front, and to the back. We've stepped side and front and back, reaching. Okay, now and we've reached up. Now let's think about reaching down. Okay, we're going to do a standing forward bend. So step up a side of the seat of your chair. You can face the seat of your chair. Now, I often see people reaching to get something by doing this. They round their neck, they round their spine, and then finally maybe they start to bend at their hips. Our body was only designed to bend at joints. Joints are knuckles in our fingers, wrists, elbows, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, toes. Your spine is not a joint. It was not designed to bend. It can curve a little bit forward and back. It can curve a little bit side to side. To reach something on the floor, keep your knees relaxed, bend at your hips. Let's bring our hands to the seat of our chair. Can we have a nice straight line of our spine from the crown of our head, back the spine to the tailbone? Are you feeling any stretch in lower back, or in glutes, or in hamstrings? Let's see if we can bring our forearms down to the seat of the chair, bringing our spine a little lower. Now, if you have any issues with untreated high blood pressure, pressure in the eyes, glaucoma, or vertigo or dizziness, you may want to keep your arms extended so that head is in line with the heart, no lower. If you don't have any of those issues, or it's safe for you to do so, can we bring our head down? Now let's relax our neck and let our head hang a little lower than our heart if it's safe. And as bending a little more at the hips, deepen the stretch that you feel in your lower back. Through your glutes, those muscles in your buttocks. Through your hamstrings, the backs of the thighs. Now let's check our knees. Are our knees straight? Or did we push all our weight in our heels and lock our knees backwards? Knees weren't designed to bend backwards, so please don't push them back. Keep them straight. We'll begin to stand up, returning hands to the seat of the chair. Can we reach to hold the far side of the seat of the chair? Now walk the feet back a step and extending through the arms and the spine, keeping the knees soft. Can you reach your tush slightly behind your heels in what we call downward facing dog? Anybody that has a dog may have seen the dog bring their front paws way out in front of them, lowering their chest to the floor, having their haunches up in the air, tail wagging crazily. That's doggy speak for, hey, let's play. Since it's just us and nobody's going to see us, can we gently wag our tail side to side so that we are pointing our tailbone alternately to left and right wall, really creating a little extra stretch in both sides of lower back alternately. Moving the tailbone, keeping some mobility in our spine. We'll come back to center. Let's bring our hands back in under our shoulders. To avoid dizziness when you stand up, raise the head slowly, looking out across the floor to the wall in front of you. And now, once you're looking forward, we can take our time to come up to stand. Okay? If when you bend over to pick something off the floor, and you go like this and immediately stand up and raise your head, it makes too much movement in the fluid of inner ear, and sometimes that'll make dizziness. But if we're down, and we start to look up first and raise our head and then slowly bring our body up, it minimizes the amount of movement of that fluid in inner ear and will help us avoid dizziness. Okay? While we're standing to the right side of the chair, Can we put our left foot either on a yoga block, or can we put our left foot all the way up onto the seat of the chair and perhaps turn our left knee and left toes to the left wall so that we're creating, again, inner hip, inner thigh stretch. Okay? We want our heart center, our navel, our chest facing the front wall, please. So instead of facing to the left, face straight forward or behind me. Can we prop our left arm on our thigh so we're leaning a little bit? Can we now rest right hand to shoulder, or if shoulder permits, reach right arm across the right ear, lifting our right ribs up to the ceiling, curving our spine. So we're doing some right waist and rib stretch. We're creating some curve in our spine. Let's see if we can let left ear and left side of our head sink to the left shoulder so that we're also stretching right side of the neck. Did it change what you feel in left inner thigh? And while we're here, can we wiggle our fingers? Trying to keep our fingers limber despite what arthritis we may have in our fingers and hands. When we get awake in the morning, arthritis really makes us feel stiff and achy. Did you notice that hopefully some of that diminishes throughout the day? It's because your movement helps to limber up those arthritic joints. When you're ready, we'll rest the fingers. We'll carefully come on up to stand. We'll bring right arm down. When you feel good about balance, you can hold the chair, and let's step our left leg down. We're going to back up a step or two, and now we will side step by doing step together to the left end of the mat, and then back to the right. So we're moving like bones in hip socket. We're using outer thigh muscles and inner thigh muscles. One more time, we'll go to the left, and then we'll step up to the left side of the chair. Okay, I'm standing about in line with the chair back. Again, you can put your left foot on your yoga block or up to the seat of the chair. You do what works for your body. And now as I'm turning right knee and right toes to the right, I'm standing on left foot. I still have navel and heart center facing forward. I still have left knee straight and relaxed. Can we prop right arm to the leg? Can we lift left hand to shoulder, lifting left shoulder, left ribs up to the sky? If shoulder permits, arms can reach over the ear. We're leaning into the leg. We're breathing. Now, an option I did not show you on the other side is if you feel that this is a very comfortable and perhaps even a too easy stretch. If you're thinking, I can do more than this, an option to do on both sides is to slide the elbow off the knee, curving the spine, stretching the waist and the ribs more, as perhaps we bring our fingertips to the chair. Again, remember, it's an option that you can do or not do as works for you. Meanwhile, let's wiggle those top fingers. A phrase I hear physical therapists sometimes using to remind their patients that movement is important no matter how much we may hurt, especially with arthritis. Think of motion is the lotion. Lotion lubricates things and makes them move more smoothly and glide. We need that motion to keep our joints lubricated and moving. Okay, we'll let our fingers rest. Can we inhale? Come on, back up. Maybe we're pushing with that right arm to help us up. Come on back down. And when you feel that you're ready, we'll step right foot off the chair. Okay? So we've done some things for inner hip, inner thigh stretch. Let's do outer hip. We're going to stand on right foot. Can we swing our left leg across? Maybe use the arm, lift it up. And now notice that as my navel and my chest face forward, my left knee and my left toe are angling off to the right corner. If you want, you can put your right hand to the left thigh. I'm resting my right hip against the chair for balance, and I'm rolling my left shoulder back to see if I can really get some sciatic stretch. If you feel good about this, there's the option, put your right hand to the leg to pull, and perhaps tuck your left arm behind your waist, adding a little more stretch to front of left shoulder. And there's also the option, if you wish to try it, of gently turning through the waist, the chest, the ribs, and the neck to do a spinal twist to the left. Gently deepening that left outer hip stretch. Gently deepening the front of left shoulder stretch. Gently stretching through right side of the neck. And throughout all of this, please, please, breathe. We'll exhale, we'll gently come back to center. We'll relax that left arm down. If you want, right hand to the chair, we'll step left leg if you need. Use your hand to help lift it off. Ooh, if things are stiff or achy, bounce the shoulders or roll them, shake your hips out. Maybe just lift heels. Do what you gotta do to feel good. Hopefully you're working in privacy at home. And now we'll go to the right side of the chair. Okay? So I'll stand on left foot if I want. I can rest left hip to the chair. And now right leg comes across the left thigh, angling right knee and toes to the left, keeping the hips pointing to the side wall, keeping navel and heart center facing forward. Okay? If I want to add a little more outer thigh stretch, left hand can gently pull on the leg, maybe going a little farther. Good. Everybody still breathing? Let's tuck that right hand behind the waist if your shoulder permits. And then if you would like, there's the option to add the gentle twist through the waist, the ribs, the chest, the shoulders, the neck. Nice, smooth breaths. Here it helps because we have artwork that we can focus on to notice how far are we turning? How far can we roll our eyes to look and breathe? Again, a breath in. We'll exhale and gently untwist, releasing the arm, coming back to center. If you need, hold the chair and use your arm if necessary to bring that right leg down. From here, let's just gently lift one leg at a time forward, almost like you're playing kick the can. Can you swing the opposite arm with the leg? So it's the same movement we'd use as we're walking. Notice I'm not reaching my arms high. They're staying low, down around hip height. No need to raise arms high, because when we walk, we don't swing our arms way up high. So just a nice natural feeling like you're walking, opposite arm and leg. Getting it started is the trick. Once it's started, we're good about doing opposites, but it's getting it started. When you're ready, we're going to come to the front of the chair. Let's see if we can sit down in slow motion. So we make sure that our chair is behind us. Can we do mummy pose? Or if you really want to open the chest, hands behind the head. Your weight is back on your heels. We're going to take 8 counts to sit down. We're at halfway by 4. So let's go down 1, 2, 3. Are you halfway? Weights on the heels. 5, 6, 7. Hardest one. 8. Gently come on down. Whoo, yeah. And let's slide all the way back. It's time for closing relaxation. If you want to put a block or a book under your feet, I have short legs, and so it's more comfortable for the back of my legs to sit with my feet up a little higher. And then we'll again point our tailbone down. We'll rest our shoulder blades to the chair back. We'll roll the shoulders back, stacking them above the hips. We'll bring the whole head back, stacking ears above the shoulders. And just like we did at the beginning, if you feel safe, I encourage you to close your eyes. Why do I ask you to close your eyes to relax? Because as long as our eyes are open, our eyes see what's around us. And then the nerves send visual images to our brains. And our brains, without any conscious effort on our part, process every visual image that the eyes send us. And our brains identify each thing. Is it something that we've seen before and we know it's safe? Is it something new? Do we have to determine, is it safe or not? If we close our eyes because logically we know we're in a safe place, now the eyes don't send any visual images to the brain. And that's a lot less work for our brains to have to do. It gives our brains a little rest. And now we can focus our attention. We can center our attention on ourselves again, feeling our breath, breathing in through the nose. Can we fill the lungs on the inhale? And then breathing out through the nose or the mouth to empty the lungs. Can we make each breath in last anywhere from 4 to 6 seconds long? And then on the breath out, can we make each exhale last 6 to 8 seconds in duration? The longer, slower breaths are another signal to our brain that we're safe. And that also, if we can make each breath, inhale and exhale is a breath. If we can make each breath last for at least 10 seconds, after a few moments of those longer, slower breaths, it signals our brain that we are safe and that we no longer need the stress hormones like adrenaline to get our heart pumping and our blood pressure up. And as our body cuts back on the production of adrenaline, yes, our heart rate slows a little bit. Yes, our blood pressure lowers a little bit. As our bodies feel safe, we also cut back on the production of a stress hormone called cortisol. And cortisol is what floods our muscles with energy. High energy foods are fats and sugars. Sugars come from carbohydrates, breads, wheats, pasta, rice, and sugar itself. Well, if we can cut back on our body's production of cortisol, it helps reduce our cravings for fatty, starchy snack foods. Helps reduce our cravings for junk food. And that sounds like a definite win. As our bodies know they're safe, we increase the production of our feel-good hormones, our serotonins. And that also means that our body's less likely to produce internal inflammation in the cells and in the blood vessels, perhaps reducing the production of cholesterol that clogs our arteries. So taking time to mentally, emotionally, and physically reduce our stress, relax our bodies, quiet our minds, and calm our emotions aren't just improvements to our mental and emotional health. They are scientifically proven improvements to our physical health as well. So relaxing, breathe in and breathe out. If you haven't already, with those long, slow breaths, start at the forehead, noticing how those muscles feel, and then scan down through the muscles and joints to your fingertips, and then all the way to your toes. Notice how you feel in those muscles and joints. Remember that map you made way back an hour ago, where you marked in red parts of your body that were uncomfortable or achy or hurt. Compare how you feel now with those spots you marked on the map. Do you feel better? Do those places of achiness or discomfort feel improved or completely better? Do you feel more limber? Do you feel stronger, as well as more relaxed? When you're ready, let's do a great big deep breath in. We're going to reach up and out with the arms. Whew, exhale, reach out with the legs. Maybe yawn and stretch as if you've just gotten awake from the best nap or the best night's sleep ever. And when you're finished, give yourselves a big hand for your hard work and for being here this morning. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here in person at the Community Arts Center in Westmont. If you would like to join us instead of doing the videos in your living room at home, please call the Arts Center at 814-255-6515 to sign up for our chair yoga classes. So thank you, everybody. Namaste.